everybody. I finally made it on Facebook Live to show you the new products. So I'm going to give everybody just a couple of minutes to join in. You can kind of look here in front of me because you're seeing some of the new things here in front of me. I don't have the big thing here yet. And if you're saying anything, I can't see a thing because it's way too far away from me and I have trifocals and I can't read anything. But I thought I would just come to you live tonight and show you a preview, since you're in my VIP group, of our brand new spring product line that will be out March 1st in, 2 days. Wednesday is March 1st. These products will be online and ready for you to purchase, ready for you to earn for free as a host. And I'm super excited about it. While we let people kind of jump on, I will give you a little recap for February, because tomorrow some really great specials are ending. We have 3 things right now that are on sale. Our deluxe cooking blender is on sale for everyone until tomorrow, end of tomorrow. So that sale will end tomorrow. The smoothie cup and attachment sale ends tomorrow also. So if you've been waiting to get those and you're not wanting to host, but you would like to get a discount, that sale ends tomorrow. And if you're a past host within the last year, you get your extra 10% off of that also. So make sure you take advantage of that sale. The manual food processor, I know it was out of stock for a bit. It's on sale. It is back in stock. It's up right now. It is on sale for $55. It's normally $65, so it's $10 off. And again, if you're a past host in the last year, you're going to get your extra $10 off of that, or your 10% off of that as well. So make sure that you take advantage of that. And then also, our taste buds are on sale. And if you're not familiar with what taste buds are, Taste Buds is a subscription service, and you can do 1 month, 3 month, or 6 month subscription. The most popular is the 3 month, and the 3 month is what's on sale. And right now until tomorrow at 11:59, we have the 3 month subscription. You get your first month free with a special code that I can give you. I'm going to post it here again on the Groupie site when I leave, when I get done with the live, so that if you want to try the Taste Bud subscription, you can get your first month for free. And it's a really great subscription service for those of you who are tired of fixing the same old thing for dinner. You're wanting to learn some new recipes. You're wanting to learn how to use spices. You're wanting to learn how to use our spices in different ways. You're just tired of wondering what in the world you're going to fix for dinner, and you want to learn some new options. So what happens is every month, Taste Buds arrives to your home. Let me grab my packet actually so I can show you what it looks like. So every month it comes to your house in an envelope that looks like this. And what you get is you get 3 exclusive Taste Bud recipes, and when you are a Taste Bud subscriber, you have exclusive access to what we call the Taste Buds Hub. Nobody else has access to that. When you log on, you get access to the Taste Buds Hub, and there are lots of recipes in the Hub that normal customers do not have access to. And when you get into the Hub, you can put in the spices that you have, and it shows you all different ways to use them and different recipes to use them with. But every single month, and this was the Taste Buds for February, and this was for the love of flavor. And so our February recipes were Salisbury steak with peppered gravy, creamy roasted red pepper pasta, and baked chicken scampi. Delicious! And so those are the 3 recipes that we had. And then also, an exclusive perk of being a Taste Buds subscriber is we have the add-ons marketplace. So every month from the 17th through the 27th, you can go on to the add-ons marketplace, and there will be a listing of Pampered Chef products in the marketplace that if you decide you would like to have, they will throw in with your Taste Buds order, and you don't pay any shipping. It just comes free. You pay for the products, but it comes with your Taste Buds order, and you don't have to pay any extra shipping. So it's kind of cool. You have access to that add-ons marketplace without paying any extra shipping, and you have extra products to pick from every month if you would like to add them with your Taste Buds shipment. So you have that as well. And sometimes, like they did in February, they will throw in a bonus seasoning in the month of February. They threw in some Southwest seasoning, and they give you some options of things you can do with that. And then you have your big recipe cards for each individual recipe that I just listed right here. And then it gives you the recipe on the back, tells you different options of what to do with that, different options. It gives you the recipes for each of those. And then for each recipe, they give you easy change-ups. Like if you don't like mushrooms, here's what you can do with that. If you don't like this protein turkey that they're using for this recipe, here's how you could change it up with that. So you get the exclusive recipes, and then it sends you the actual spices that you need to use for that recipe with enough to use in other recipes or alternatives. So they have the bonus recipe, the bonus spice Southwest this month, and then these are the 3 that we're using in the recipes of the month: crushed peppercorn and garlic, Italian, and our scampi. So that's Taste Buds. And when you do 3-month subscription, you get 1 month free, your first month free. And you can subscribe up until 11:59 tomorrow night. And you will get your first month free with a code that I will give you, and I will post that in the groupies page, so that if any of you all want to subscribe, you can do that and you can try it out. You can cancel at any time. Super easy to cancel. When you go to your Taste Buds Hub, you just click cancel, and you can do that. Or if you want to pause your subscription, you can do that too. So it's just a really, really cool subscription service to kind of help you out with dinner. So see, a lot of people have joined. We're going to kind of jump in. We talked about Taste Buds, and I'm going to start with our 2 of our new pantry products, because they were really born from the Taste Buds. They send out seasonings. It's like my mind's totally like seasonings in Taste Buds that aren't even in our pantry line. So when you're a Taste Buds subscriber, you get to try seasonings from Pampered Chef that nobody else gets. And they're ones that aren't in the normal line. And there are 2 of them that were a huge hit. Now there are some in our line right now, like honey sriracha, garlic parmesan. We call it magic dust. If you haven't tried garlic parmesan yet, get yourself some bottles. Ugh, so delicious. But there were 2 in Taste Buds recently that people went crazy over. So we are bringing them out in the spring line. And the first one is black truffle herb. Oh my gosh, delicious. And so that's now coming out in the spring, our black truffle and herb rub. So you'll be able to get that in the spring. Tonight for dinner, we are having from our new, is it from our Season's Best? I'm not sure if it's from our Season's Best or from one of, oh yes it is. It's from our new Season's Best, our new truffle burgers recipe. And I'm going to show you that just a little bit further down the line, kind of how to put that together. And it uses our truffle herb rub in the burgers, and it uses it in a sauce for the burgers. So the new truffle burger, or the truffle, black truffle and herb rub, is a new seasoning that's coming out in the spring. And then the ever popular Greek goddess, huge, huge hit. There was a recipe that came out. I had totally lost, I was thinking of it right when I started talking about it, totally lost the name of the recipe that came with Taste Buds that this Greek goddess was such a huge hit with, and now I can't remember it, but Greek goddess. And I am going to do a Greek goddess pasta salad to go with our black truffle burgers tonight, and I'm actually going to show you that and put that together in front of you, and I'm going to make our dressing with our Greek goddess seasoning mix. So this was born from Taste Buds and the popularity of people saying, oh my gosh, how can I get my hands on more of this? And we didn't sell it. And so we needed to bring it out in a seasoning that you all could get your hands on. So black truffle and herb rub and Greek goddess. Those are 2 of our new pantry seasonings that are coming out. Another new pantry item was brought out because during COVID, oh my gosh, everybody was baking, and sourdough. Gosh, people are doing sourdough bread. That was the big thing. But if you've ever tried to do sourdough, you know that it's a hard thing to do. It's you know, how many of you have killed sourdough starters? Easy thing to do. So to our pantry line, we're bringing out a sourdough bread mix. Literally, all you mix with this is water. That's it. Super easy to make, really, really delicious, and you don't have to worry about having a starter. So for those of you who are intimidated by sourdough, intimidated by having a bread starter, this sourdough bread mix is really, really, really good. I made a loaf, not last week, but maybe the week before. So that is coming out. That's $9 for that. So the sourdough bread mix we have coming out for that. Let's see, where do we want to go from here? The new Season's Best. So this is what the new Season's Best looks like. You can see on the front we have our new peach tart in here, and we have lots of different main dish, appetizer, dessert recipes. There are 3 sides and apps recipes. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 main dish recipes in this. Really, really great. What I kind of call, oh gosh, how do I, they call them mains, but they're not like weird, strange recipes. They're really decent recipes that I kind of feel like people will be making in their home. One of them, tater tot casserole with sausage. I mean, you know, not like weird, strange recipes. One that I've heard incredible reviews on and I have yet to make, Southwestern chicken and dumplings. It's one that a lot of my Pampered Chef peers have said, we weren't really sure about it, and then they made it, and now they're absolutely loving it. And again, for those of you just joining us, if you are commenting below, I'm sorry if I'm not answering you, but I am blind as a bat and I cannot see the comments, and I do not have a helper here tonight. So I will go back and answer your questions later, but I can't see anything right now, so I'm just plowing right through. So lots of really good things. The truffle burgers are in here. The green goddess pasta salad is in here. That tater tot casserole is in here. There's a pork chop sheet pan meal. Sheet pan meals are huge. Dump it on the sheet pan, throw it in the oven, everything done at once. So our modular sheet pans are great for that. A pressure cooker chicken tetrazzini, so it's all one pot, all closed in one pot, dump it in and walk away, great meal. Lemon garlic turkey meatballs, I've heard really great things about that as well. This next one looks fantastic. Balsamic caprese chicken, anything caprese I love. Pesto orzo, and then the Southwest chicken and dumplings. And then there are 1, 2, 3 desserts in here. So that's going to be our new little Season's Best cookbook that you have on here. And then, of course, if you're doing a tart, you gotta have a tart pan. So we do have a new tart pan, and it looks like our other baking pans. It has that nice, it's the steel pan, it has that nice silicone coating to it, super, super non-stick. But if you know anything about a tart pan, it's really important to have a bottom that removes so you can get that tart out, because it then has, I don't know if you guys can see that nice fluted edge, so that your dessert has that nice fluted edge and it just looks really, really pretty. But here's what makes it great, a lid. Everything now has a lid, so you can pop the lid on and store it, pop it and take it with you. The easiest way, once you have this, I'm trying to look for something, we'll use this. Once you have your nice pretty dessert in here and you're ready to pop it out, the easiest way to do that is just like that. And there's your dessert. So pop it down on a can, I'm using my Clorox wipes, they're not real Clorox, but you know, and you can pop that right out. So that's the new tart pan with lid. Then our other new baking pan, a lot of you are going to be happy. You call it a brownie pan, the square baking pan with lid, of course. There's a recipe that you can get with this for homemade brownies that I'm really excited to try. Because for those of you who haven't heard me tell this story before, way back in the day, it's kind of fitting that I ended up being a Pampered Chef lady, and it's kind of fitting that we talk about this always this time of year, because it's Girl Scout cookie time, so get your Girl Scouts up and get your cookies. But way back in the day, I was a Girl Scout, and I was the #1 Girl Scout cookie seller in our troop, and I got my little patch. Imagine that. I was the good cookie seller. And also, I was in, oh my gosh, it just left my head. What do they call it? Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. Totally gone. Yeah, gone. If anybody who knows me knows what I'm trying to say. Yeah, gone. Don't know. We did cooking. Yeah. 4-H, there we go, 4-H, and I did cooking in 4-H, and one of my very favorite recipes was the 4-H brownies. It was all homemade, it was delicious, and I lost the recipe. It was in a little 4-H book that we had, and I couldn't find it, so I'm hoping that this brownie recipe that we have tastes a lot like the 4-H brownies. But I cooked in 4-H, I was the #1 brownie seller, put them together, you can see the Pampered Chef lady, so here we are. But our new square baking pan, that nice pretty blue, with the lid to pop right on top. So that's our other new baking pan that we have right there. Then, oh, let's see, we're gonna do those there. Just our easy clean, or I mean our dual-sided cleaning brush was restyled in that gray, so it's not that maroon color anymore, just you know, to make it more neutral to go with everybody's decor. I mean, because, you know, your kitchen scrub brush has to match your decor, I guess. I don't know. The little pointy end on the bottom, nice scrubby bristles here. I call it the kitchen toothbrush, but the dual-sided cleaning brush is now in that gray. Then we have, oh, let's show you these. These are our chip clip. Let me see, I gotta tell you what the official name is. Bag clip and slicer set, okay? So they are like this. They are magnets on the back, okay? So you can have them on your fridge, like that, right? And when you're ready, and by the way, if you haven't had these, delicious. There's 5 flavors, they're delicious. Popcorners, they really, really are good. So if you open this piece right here, and you clamp it right down on here, and you do, well, maybe if Missy can get a hold of it, and you drag it, oh, come on, Missy. Let's go this way, maybe Missy. This way, it just cuts that top right off, just like that. So one part of it is a slicer. The other part then, you can clip it just like that. So it's the bag, clip, and slicer set. So they're magnetic, they have a little blade in it, so it slices, and the other part is a clip. So how handy dandy is that little guy? The bag, clip, and slicer set is what that guy's called. New tongs, how cool is that? These are called the spatula tongs. So they're like our chef's tongs, they're like our pasta tongs, they're like our small chef's tongs. Let me see. Well, thank you, Rhonda. So they're locked in this position. Unlock, turn them down. But these are for picking up burgers, quesadillas, nice, big, strong, so you can pick up big things, big pieces of meat, and it's not all going to fall apart. I think they're going to be really, really good for like big pieces of fish too, so that you're not just picking up a piece of it and then it all flakes apart and falls apart. So you can kind of slide underneath, and look at that nice beveled edge. I don't know if you guys can see that there. So right here. So you can slide underneath and make a nice big grab and turn things over. And then up to lock and close, down this way. When you're opening these, I just talked to somebody about this weekend, and somebody said, oh my gosh, they pinched my fingers. It even made me bleed. Do not hold these up here. Don't put your hand up here. That's where things are sliding. Move your hand down a little bit if you're getting pinched. Come down farther on them. Don't come right up here, because that's where it's pinching together. So move your hand down a little bit if you're getting pinched by them, and you won't have that problem. So that's the new spatula tongs. I'm going to be using that tonight to make our truffle burgers, because those will be perfect for turning our burgers, that's for sure. Then we restyled all of the color-coded knives. And you're like, oh my gosh, what do I need more knives for? Well, I'll tell you why. Because you all kept complaining that your knives couldn't go in the dishwasher. So they restyled all the color-coded knives so that they can now go in the dishwasher. So if you need knives that you can put in the dishwasher because you just don't want to wash them, or you can't keep your people from putting them in the dishwasher, this is what you need. So here is the normal set of color-coded knives. So 6 knives. We have the little paring knife. Look at those nice big ergonomic handles, right? So that's the little paring knife. They're steel blade, and then they're color-coded. They have a little silicone coating on them. So they look like that. That's the paring knife. Then you have, oh, let's go from biggest to smallest. The utility knife. We've kind of muted the tones of the handles down. They're a little more muted in the tones. They're not as bright as the old colors. These are blind. Then we have the tomato knife, so a little serrated edge for tomato, and it kind of like your little kitchen hacksaw. Then we move on up to kind of the everything knife, the Santoku knife, slicing, dicing, mincing. It has the little divots, the grantins right here, and that's for the things that when you slice through, they stick to your knife. This provides a little air pocket between your knife and whatever you're cutting, so it kind of falls away from the knife instead of getting stuck to the knife where you're banging and trying to get it to fall away from the knife, so you'll love that. Then up to that big old chef's knife. Remember, you don't hold it way back here, choke up, pinch it, that's how you're gonna hold it, that's the safest. You have all kinds of control in that effect. And then look what we brought back. the ever popular Margaret. Look at this. Margaret loves this knife. The bread knife is back. And the best part is we sell them all separately. You can buy whatever you want separately, or we sell them all as a set for $99. So you choose. Buy them piece by piece or all as a set if you would like to. So the color-coded knives, and they are dishwasher safe. I know a lot of you are saying praise Jesus. And then to go along with them, we now have a new color-coded steak knife set. So 4 steak knives, serrated blades, so you can saw right through your steak and your meat, and you get a set of 4 of them, and they are $49.50 for your set of 4 steak knives, dishwasher safe, and they go right along with your color-coded knives. So you have those to go along with that. Then our stainless scoops for your cookies, right? Making your meatballs, filling up your mini loaf pan, your mini muffin pan, your muffin pan. People wanted bigger. We have a 1 tablespoon, that's the small, a 2 tablespoon, that's the medium, a 3 tablespoon, that's the large, and now we have the 4 tablespoon scoop. That's the extra large scoop. So stainless scoop, scoop it up, and it scoops your insides out. This is what I'm going to use tonight to make my burgers, to divvy my burgers out. Divvy it right out. You can make big old meatballs with that. You can put it in a macaroni salad, so everybody's scooping out macaroni salad. There's also a really wonderful new cookie recipe that's out, peanut or chocolate cookies with a nice peanut butter frosting. Everybody is raving about them, and they're saying crumble cookies ain't got nothing on us, so I can't wait to make them. I was hoping to have them made to show you tonight, just didn't happen. But this is what they use to make them, so we're talking big old bakery style cookies. So the big extra large scoop, dishwasher safe, stainless steel. So we're going to use that to make our burgers tonight. Then let's move a cutting board over here because we're going to need this guy. Oh, let's show you this. So look at this. This looks like, Mayla Grace was looking at this. She says, that looks like dentures. Well, it sure does look like dentures. Looks like Mr. Wilson's dentures, she said, actually. This is called our utensil scrubber. So what you're going to use this for is like those utensils that you have a hard time getting around and scrubbing. Look at that. You just stuff it right in there and you scrub this way. Or, I'm just going to grab one, but I don't have one handy. Even like a pot lid where you need to go around the edges of the pot lid and scrub. Or you can open it up flat like this and you can scrub like this as well. So this is called, let's see, it's just called the scrubber. The utensil scrubber is the official name of that. So that one is called the utensil scrubber, and it is dishwasher safe. You can throw it right into your dishwasher, but I love it. I think my dad is going to love it because he's always complaining about washing utensils and getting around, so you can just go right around your edges, just like that with your utensil scrubber is that little guy. So this little product, really, really excited about this. This is the stone fruit wedger. So peaches, plums, things like that. It works really, really well. I was like, I better try this before I get in front of all these people on Facebook Live tonight and look like a total fool. So what you're going to do with this, you have these 2 little arrows on the side. You're going to line these arrows up with the seam on your stone fruit. So on your peach, on your nectarine. So I'm going to sit this little guy right down in here. I'm going to line, oops, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go this way. See, the blonde is fake, the stupid is real. And I'm going to line this little line right up with that, and I just kind of got it started. And then I'll put it right back in here like this. And you're going to go right down. And look at that. Your peach pit is right in here. And look at all my peaches, cut right into little slices. I am really excited about this for summer because one of my favorite recipes that we have had forever is grilled peach nachos. So you cut your peaches, a lot of them like this, and you actually grill them in your grill pan, or you can do it on your deluxe electric grill and griddle. You can do it out on your grill. You toss them with some butter and cinnamon sugar and you grill them. You chop them all up. You make some tortilla chips out of flour tortillas with a little cinnamon sugar and butter. You lay the chips down and then you mix up your grilled peaches that have cinnamon sugar and butter on them also. all over the top. You sprinkle it with chopped toasted pecans, and then you drizzle melted white chocolate over the top. They are delicious. But this is the part that I hate the most. I hate cutting up the peaches because I hate getting around that pit and figuring that out. So again, if you just take, and if you get right under here, it has a little tab, and that's how you're going to pull that out. So you're just going to take your stone fruit, and that seam that runs all the way around, this one is a nectarine, you're going to line that seam up, and I kind of wiggle it in. Once it's all wiggled in and set in there, I set it right back in and just wiggle down, and you have your nectarine, your peach, your plum, whatever, and the pit is right in there. Toss it in the garbage, and you have your fruit good to go. So that is the stone fruit wedger. Put these in here because that can be my little snack for later, and then that just goes right into your dishwasher to clean up. Let's see if I can see what this is. Gina, shh. No, I know y'all already know it's coming because, you know, I've shown it to you. Okay, this hot tool. Hot tool. So, our pasta salad for tonight. I just have this in a medium stoneware bowl. I boiled some rotini pasta a little bit earlier tonight. You're going to add in half a can of black beans, drained and rinsed, half a can of corn, drained and rinsed. So I'm going to pop that in there. Then you need 1/2 of a seedless cucumber cut in half moons. So I just took that seedless cucumber and I cut it in half and laid it down here, and we're going to use this guy called the cup slicer. Okay, this is the base. In here we have nice little blades going on in here. So all you're going to do is take whatever you're wanting to cut, and I cut it in sizes that would fit right in here. Oops, I'm going to go this way, however. And you can line these little guys up right here, and all you're going to do is this. Look at that. All cut up. Stick it back in here so the last piece that you cut will pop up. And look, they're all cut up, and they're nice little half moons. Look at that, you guys. Craziest thing ever, right? Let's say you needed mushrooms. We don't in this recipe. But all you're going to do is take this little guy like this. There's your mushrooms all cut up. Like, how freaking cool is that? Oh my God, I am so in love with this thing. Let's say you wanted to do bananas. So you're going to take your banana, just pop out some little pieces here. So for people with little kids even, oh, this is awesome. Little kids can use this so well, so stinking easy. Again, well, you probably want to go this way with them. Just not need mushrooms and cucumber in our bananas. So down, down, down. Pop that in your yogurt, pop that in your morning cereal, put that on your fruit pizza, wherever you want it to go. Strawberries. Bring your strawberries out. You grab a knife. I guess I could have used one laying right there in front of me, right? Get rid of my little tops. And again, oops. So for your smoothie, for your yogurt, whatever, there's your little strawberries, all cut up and ready to go. So that is called the cup slicer. I think it will probably sell out. I think as soon as March 1st comes, I know that Pampered Chef people have been taking pre-orders for this, and I'm pretty sure it's probably going to sell out really quick. So if you think you want one and you're afraid it's going to sell out and you want me to put in an order, pre-order for it for you, let me know, because I don't have a problem doing that. I can get everything ready, and March 1st I can send an order off. Now I wanted to wash it off because I'm going to do some tomatoes, because that was my question. Is it going to be able to do like cherry tomatoes, or is it going to squish that stuff all over the place? Because in our pasta salad, we need some cherry tomatoes. And I think it's just going to be cool, even like, you know, let's say you have the ceramic egg cooker, and you need to cut up a few things, you know, mushrooms, a little few veggies to put inside your omelet that you're making in your ceramic egg cooker. Let me see what this says. Lord, you're killing me. I will, Gina, I will. But you want to cut little veggies to put inside of your ceramic egg cooker when you make your omelet, or just for your morning omelet. How quick and easy is that, rather than if you're intimidated by a knife, you don't want to get your chopper out, you don't want to get your manual food processor out. Super quick, super easy. So in here we need 1 cup of cherry tomatoes, and I tried to decide which way I thought was going to be best to do this, and I laid them on the cutting board, and I did some, and I laid them in here, and really the best way is I put them in here and I put my hand over it and I just kind of rocked, because at that point sometimes they will squirt out, and so you definitely don't want that going. I'll show you how they are here on the board too. So I just put about 3 at a time, and the problem with tomatoes is they tend to roll around, and so you end up rolling your tomatoes all over the place. But they do work. It does slice your tomatoes right up, right inside of here. I'll put them in here and dump these guys over here. But look, you can see it's just slicing those tomatoes right up. So it's not squishing into tiny little squishy pieces, but it does make, you know, tomato juice, because tomatoes are juicy. So, see? So occasionally you might want to be careful, put your hand over the top, because you have juice squirt out all over the place. So I was a little worried about tiny little tomatoes. Now you cannot do carrots in here. You cannot do radishes in here. It's not for hard things. You're going to use some of our other tools for that. Not, you see that? Just got it right in the eyeball. Not the cup slicer on those hard things. But for the tomatoes, when you're doing it, your best bet, hand over the top so you're not squirting in the eyeball. And then right here, and then tomatoes out, and then right into the dishwasher. All right, so that's your cup slicer. So let's make sure we have everything in here that we're supposed to have. Where's my cookbook? So we have our pasta, we have beans, we have corn, we have tomatoes, we have our seedless cucumber. Then you could either, let me make sure I'm right. Okay. And then we're going to sprinkle on some feta cheese. I'm going to do that right before we have it for dinner tonight. I'm going to move this out of the way. Then we need an avocado. And we're only going to use half in the salad. We're going to use the other half to make the dressing. Can everybody hear me? Okay, Marcia said she could hear me. Marcia, as I say, it just must be you. So we're going to use our avocado knife. Serrated here, so sharp, be careful. And you're just going to go right in to the avocado till you feel that pit. You're going to zing all the way around, just like that. Pull it apart, just like that. Then this end, super, super sharp. You can just go right down in here like this. Pull that pit out. Throw that into the garbage. And then the non-serrated part will then help you scoop your avocado right out of the shell, just like that. And for this, you want to use the non-serrated part. I should have done it before I scooped it out of the shell. Hold on. Because I want more. This will be fine. We'll use this in. So go down. I'm going to score it. I'm going to come back, so I'm cutting it in little bitty squares. And then I'm just going to go around the outside edge, just like this. And put the cubed up avocado right in the center, just like that. Okay. So, we got to make our dressing. So for our dressing, already in here, I have sour cream. It says low-fat sour cream. I didn't have low-fat sour cream in here, so I just put sour cream. Canola oil, milk, 2 teaspoons of white wine vinegar, half of an avocado. Hold on. This guy don't want me here. And then some of our green goddess seasoning. Let's see how much. 2 tablespoons of green goddess. this is going to be our dressing for our pasta salad. And the container that I'm using here is the container that comes with our Flex multi-purpose prep tool. So the Flex multi-purpose prep tool, this is the main power part of that tool. The power stick comes with, put it together right, Missy, 2 batteries, and then you can either have the food processor part, the hand mixer part, or for us tonight, we're going to use the immersion blender part to make our dressing. And we're going to pour in some oil, and we're going to just emulsify all of this together. Turn it on. I'm going to turn our power up. This piece goes right into your dishwasher. Oh, that is super. That's the first time I've had the green goddess. I haven't had it yet. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Oh my gosh, for a veggie dip, oh my gosh, that's really good, you guys. Like, let me look at my fingers. I'm gonna stick this back in the fridge so it can get cold. I'm going to stick my pasta salad back in the fridge. You find a hole here. You know how that is. And I pray to God everything doesn't fall in there. We'll see what happens. And then before dinner, I'll toss it with the dressing, put on some feta, we'll be good to go. So, the big product. The big product. I'm trying to see where I need to move y'all to. Okay, I'm going to take you traveling with me. Here we go. I feel like we should play some traveling music, right? I'm going to move you right over here. And I'm going to bring you a little closer. Look at, you're all like, oh my God, Missy, we're getting sick. I mean, you all know what it is because I've already showed you on here what it is, right? Okay, so. Oh my gosh. Look at this guy. Isn't she beautiful? Look. And look at this. Hold on. You know what this means? I know what this means. I don't know if you know what that means. I'll just let you use your imagination. So, what we've been asked for forever, a stand mixer. I have a KitchenAid. Years ago, years and years ago, my mom and dad bought me a KitchenAid professional stand mixer. The professional one, the big expensive one. Love it. Best gift anybody ever bought me. I wasn't really sure that anything could ever top that, okay? This is pretty slick, you guys. Because the thing people always say to me, hold on, I'm gonna plug in. We'll stay right here. Is I'm not a baker. And the nice part about this is what's nice about our pressure cooker. It's nice about our air fryer. It's nice about the deluxe grill and griddle. And that's what I call the dummy functions. The presets. Because it has a preset whip, a preset cream, a preset mix, a preset beat, and a preset knead. So when you want to cream together your butter and your sugar for your baking, you set it on cream. Every single setting starts at a slow speed so that it will start slowly and it builds speed, and it has a preset timer so that it only beats for as long as it needs to, and then it shuts itself down. So that you don't have to watch it to see when it's to the perfect whatever. It's already preset and it stops. Because one of your biggest enemies in baking is not mixing long enough, or not kneading long enough, or mixing too much, or not mixing too much. This takes care of everything for you. All of it right here by the side. But then it also has a custom setting so that you can custom set whatever you want. You can add 30 seconds just by touching that button if you want. You can cancel by touching that button. You lift to come up this way. This, you just pinch up. I can get hold of it maybe. And that comes off. You have the whisk. You have the dough hook, so you have all of that. The bowl just comes off and goes just like that. And everything goes right into the dishwasher. One of the very first things that I did in this, and the reason I tried it, you have to bear with me because I'm still fumbling fingers because, you know, I'm just now learning how to use it. And I'm like, okay, so which way does this guy go? Which way do I push up? Hold on, I gotta come over here because this is my way. This is my, you guys get to see the back of my hiney. Okay, what am I doing wrong, people? But anyway, one of the very first things that I did in this was meatloaf. Because everybody says when you do meatloaf, if you overmix it, overwork it, it gets tough. And I'm always afraid that I'm overwork it. So when I read in the book that comes with your deluxe stand mixer that one of the recipes was meatloaf, I don't know why I'm struggling with this, you guys. I don't really know what I did wrong here. Okay, hold on. It's gonna be really bad if I can't get my attachment on. I'm right here in front of y'all. Oh, there we go. Good grief. I was turning it the wrong way. One of the recipes in the book was meatloaf. I was like, now you cannot do meatloaf in a mixer. It's going to overwork it and it's going to be dry. However, it's what it said to do. So, I tried it. I will tell you, best meatloaf in a very long time. I'm not a meatloaf maker. I loved my grandma's meatloaf. This was the closest to my grandma's meatloaf that I've had. It was really good. It was really moist. It stayed together. It was perfect, you guys. It was perfect. So we're going to do the black truffle burgers in here. I love this because it goes through and it tells you all about the control center. It tells you all about the no guess presets. It gives you lots and lots of fun facts and helpful hints, and then all kinds of really great recipes to get started. So let me find my truffle burger recipe. We are going to mix 12 ounces of ground beef with 8 ounces of breakfast sausage. I know that because I got that sitting out here. If I can find it, possibly. Maybe it's not in this book. Maybe it's in the other book. Good gravy. But my cohorts are making bread like a bunch of crazies. There's a sandwich bread. Oh, here's the meatloaf recipe right here. Making sandwich bread like crazy. They're making cinnamon rolls and Hawaiian rolls like crazy. Oh, there's the sandwich bread. And they are loving the results that they're getting. I've just bought all the ingredients for the caramelized onion and tomato pizza. So I'm going to do some homemade pizza dough in here, and I'm going to try that out. Oh my gosh, why can't I find that? Jeez. Those of you who've been to my cooking show are like, yep, she's still as nutty as she always was. Maybe it's only in the season's best. It is. Okay, let's go back to the season's best. Truffle burgers. Sorry. Here we are. Okay. So, in here it says attach the scraping beater. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to tell you about that. This beater, I don't want to take it off again because I had such a horrible time getting it on there, but I'll take it off again to show you, I guess. Because, you know, Missy's still figuring out her tools. Look. It has a scraper built in. So as it mixes, it keeps scraping the side of the bowl. so that you don't ever have to stop it and scrape the side of the bowl down. It keeps scraping the side of the bowl down. Oh my gosh, it's the most wondrous thing I've ever seen. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I just don't know why I'm struggling tonight with this. I don't know what I did that makes this different from what I did before. Maybe one of my Pampered Chef people needs to tell me, okay, Missy, fool. Oh, there we go. I figured it out. Okay, so here's my meat. My breakfast sausage and my hamburger. Pop that in. And I just had it sitting out for a while. It's better if it's a little warm. I find people are always thinking they're going to kill themselves, like kill themselves with rotten meat because they left it sitting out. Nope, you want it to be warm, so you want to get it a little warm. And then we're going to put 1 teaspoon of the black truffle seasoning in. So let's get that in. This is a 1/2 teaspoon, so we're going to do a teaspoon. And then it says, slow down, add the burger ingredients to the bowl and mix for 45 seconds. Okay, let me see if I can figure out how to do this. So when you hit mix, it lets you adjust the time. So I'm going to adjust down to 45 seconds. And then you hit go. I'm going to take you over here so you guys can see. Look down in. I'm hoping you're seeing down in there. But there it is, just mixing away. So that it's just mixing everything up. You don't have to get your hands all goopy and gross and disgusting. The mixer is doing the work for you. And then you can throw everything into the dishwasher to clean up. And then we're going to divvy out our hamburgers using our nice big scoop. And then what I'm going to cook them in tonight is another new product. There it is. Burgers all mixed. All good to go. And I'm going to cook them in our new cast iron grill pan with our new cast iron grill press. This is our new grill press. We got rid of the old square one. We came out with this one, so it now fits in this pan, and it also fits in our regular cookwares grill pan, so you can use it interchangeably, and it fits in both of them now. But using a grill pan like this, with these nice raised edges, you're gonna put this on the stove, and you're gonna warm the top and the bottom up, both of them, so that when you put your meat in, the top and the bottom are cooking. So it's cooking from the top and it's cooking from the bottom, so your cook time is going to be far less than if you were just cooking with the pan itself, because you have the press on. But also when you have these raised ridges, it's going to give you that nice sear. It's going to give you those grill marks. It's going to sear in the juices. What you'll notice is you're not going to have a whole bunch of juice in the pan from your pork chops, from your steak, from your hamburgers. It seals in that juice when you get this pan and that press nice and hot, and so the juice is in the meat, not sitting in the pan. And if you have something like burgers that are really greasy, you're going to get rid of that grease, and your food's going to be sitting up out of that instead of bathing in that grease. So you don't have to worry about that. Our cast iron is pre-seasoned, so you don't even have to season it. It's seasoned, it's ready to go, it's ready to be cooked in, and you don't have to worry about that. You can use it on gas, electric, in your oven, under the broiler. You can use it on induction stove. You can use it everywhere. Look how pretty that is. And so,
I love you, baby.
Oh, did you just hear Alexa? How nice. So you can use it every single place that you go. And this will keep, I don't know if you can see that, it says end. It will keep beeping to tell me, hey lady, your meat's mixed up. You need to come and take care of it until you're finished. So with the stand mixer, we have made it a host exclusive for right now. The only way to get it is to host a party, and it is $399 in the month of March. You can take it as a half price item, which makes it $199.50, or you get it with just a $200 party for 60% off, $159.60. So if this is something you think you would like in your kitchen, you need to get with me. My very first week is completely full. My second week is partially full. And the next few weeks I have a few shows. So March is filling up for the 60% off of this guy. Because people either have always wanted a stand mixer and never bought one, or they have a stand mixer and they know what a benefit it is in the kitchen, and they're like, oh yeah, I gotta try that out. And what you have to remember, because I've also had several discussions with people who've called and they're like, I don't know, Missy, I have the KitchenAid. I don't know if I should spend my money on this. What if I get it? What if I don't like it? Remember, you get to try your things out with us. You try it out for 30 days. If you don't like it, we pay shipping back. And you can get a refund, or you can change it in with anything, or exchange it for something else if you would like, or get your refund. After 30 days, you still can return it for up to 1 year. You just have to pay the shipping back. So it's not like you're stuck with it if you get it. I just want you to know that as my VIPs. You're not stuck with anything. You're never stuck with anything. You can always exchange it if you would like. You can get a refund for up to a year, and you're not going to be stuck with it. So don't be afraid to give it a test run if you want to kind of put it up against your KitchenAid. Also, one of the really, really nice things, let me turn this guy around. Look at this. This is one of the things I love. The button is here to turn off, but it also has wrapped cord storage right back here, so you can wrap your cord up here. But also, when picking it up, like, look how light that is. And also, it's balanced. Like, I pick up my KitchenAid. I love it, you guys. But it's very heavy, and it's very off balance. One end of it is super heavy, and the other one's light. It's very awkward. This is just super, super easy to move around and maneuver. And also, it is low profile. My KitchenAid will not slide underneath my cabinets. It's too tall. This will slide underneath my cabinets if I need it to fit underneath my cabinets. So lots and lots of benefits of this for sure. People are like, are you getting rid of your KitchenAid? I don't know. It's still down on the bottom shelf. Probably not. I'll probably put it up in the attic just in case. But, you know, I really, really am loving this guy so far. So you'll be seeing me post some bread recipes. I'm going to try some roll recipes, some pizza crust recipes that I want to try. What else have I seen in here that I want to try? Cake recipes I want to try. Everybody has been raving about homemade chicken nuggets. There's a homemade chicken nugget recipe in here. Everybody just says, you gotta make the chicken nuggets. So I'm gonna make the chicken nuggets. I'm gonna check those out. Homemade butter. People have been raving about that. Whipped Greek yogurt. Everybody's been raving about that, so I'm gonna try that. So there's lots of different things in here I would have never, ever considered had I not seen my Pampered Chef people talk about it, and had I not seen this. But boy, I'm gonna give it a shot. And as you know, like, I'm not real experimental in everything, but I go and look at what all my Pampered Chef peers are doing and my Pampered Chef friends are doing. I try it and then I throw it out to you guys, and they are always trying some really cool and wonderful things. And believe me, this is no exception. They have been doing some really cool things with this. So I think that that is all of our new fall line. I think I have shown you everything that I needed to show you. In the month of March, we talked about the special is, the host special is pick any item that you want in the book 60% off. So the mixer is that. The mixer is a host exclusive at first. No one is going to be allowed to purchase it at first. No guests. It's just, sorry my nose, it's just a host exclusive, and you cannot get it as a past host as your future party pick right now either. That will change eventually. I just don't know when. For a limited time, it's going to be a host only, and in March you can get it half off or 60% off, so you have to host a show to get it at first. And if you would like to be in, do a virtual party in the month of March, reach out to me. The March guest special is spend $90 and you get one of 3 things for free. I know 2 of them are tongs, and I can't remember what the middle thing is. Totally left my head because I have no memory anymore. But I can post that down below. And then, of course, March 1st, all of the new products, all of the new recipes will be out, and they are wonderful. I think they really hit it out of the ballpark this time with some great recipes. So, Don't forget, tomorrow night, into February, 11:59, blender sale ends. Smoothie cup and adapter sale ends. Taste buds, buy a 3-month subscription and your first month free. So normally it's $60. You're going to get it for $40 if you do the taste buds subscription. So I'll post all that stuff on here as soon as I get done. I'm going to go in, I'll sit down, I'll post all that information in case you would like to order the taste buds and give it a try. And once you're done with your 3 months, you can cancel if you want. You can put it on hold and do another 3 months later if you would like, so you can do that. But definitely reach out to me if you would like to book your own party. $200 in sales is all it takes to get that at 60% off. Or if you want, you know, the knife set or you want the cast iron grill pan, you can do that as well. And if you want to do a virtual party, we can definitely do that. Or if you just want to pass a link out in catalogs, you know, I would call it the unparty now. You can do that as well. I'm not out doing live cooking parties yet for a myriad of reasons, which many of you already know. But also September, I had a knee replacement, and it is a botched knee replacement, and I can not like even hardly carry myself still. So hopefully soon that'll be taken care of, and maybe someday I'll be out doing live parties again. I don't know. But until then, you get to see me in my own little tiny kitchen. So I thank you all for being a part of my business. I thank you for supporting me as always. I am always here to help you. If you have questions about products, problems with products, you need recipes, you need support, you just want to earn some products, and please remember, the way that I grow my business is for you to introduce me to your friends. And the way you do that is to host shows with me. And so, even if you're thinking, gosh, I don't really need anything, I would be forever grateful if you would just host a virtual party with me, and we can toss your friends in a group so I can talk to your friends and have the opportunity to show and tell them all the new products and have the opportunity to grow my business with some new people, because that's what I do. So thank you all for joining me. It was awesome talking to you. I wish we had an easier way so we could all interact together and talk together. But for right now, this is where we are, Facebook. So thank you so much. I hope you all have a good night. Once I cook the truffle burgers, I'll post pictures of those so you guys can see those. And there's a little sauce that goes on top of the truffle burgers. I don't know if I told you about them, but it's mayo, the truffle rub, ketchup, Dijon mustard. What else was in it? I think that was about it. And then it goes on top of the truffle burgers along with some Swiss cheese. So I think they'll be really, really good. But I'll post pictpictures so you guys can see them and let you know what I think about them. So everybody have a good night, and thank you for joining me.